Greetings in the name of the Most High Yah. It's King Yediah, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. And right now I'm in a live trade on Euro USD, but I'm gonna do a top-down analysis on the US dollar and kind of try and get some perspective on why price action is doing certain things right now. It's not doing what I would like it to do or what the fundamentals are kind of suggesting that it should do. So I'm going up to the monthly time frame and excuse me. So going up to the monthly time frame to see what's actually happening here. Because the bigger time frame reveals all, like when you're too close to the picture, maybe you mightn't see everything, right? So let's see here. So we're definitely in an uptrend from this point. So we got up to here. There was very low volume. There's no volume really to talk about here until we get to this point right here, which is let's see what date that was, where we got all this volume, or what month that was. That was oh, hold on. Let me move this across. All right. So in October, right? This is when we got this volume coming in here on the 1st of October 2018, right? So with all this anomalous volume, we had no real price action going up. We had no upwards movement. It was really like nothing really happened compared to all this volume right here. Nothing really happened. So with the continuation upwards, volume fell off considerably, right? And we had like this little move up here, I guess, right? It wasn't nothing to talk about compared to this rally right here. This was kind of sideways, right? So let's see. When we got to this candle right here, which was a big doji candle, but there is no volume to back it up, right? This is the kind of volume that should have been under this candle, because with all that movement, oh my bad, with all that movement right there, we need some volume to justify that, right? So in this month, let's see what month that was. That was this in March 2020, right? So we had the big manipulation. I guess that's wherever that was. So we had that big manipulation in the US dollar at that point. It threw out some volatility indicators right here. That's from quantum trading. That's suggesting that the price is moving way out of its ATR, right? So we had that candle right there. So that was anomalous, very anomalous, right? It had no volume and big price movement, right? So from that point, we had this sell-off right here, which was expected, because with all that price movement, and we're actually hitting highs, right? So we're definitely coming down from that after that kind of anomaly, right? So this is where volume started to really come in, right? So volume came in around these candles right here with the sell-off, right? All the way to the bottom right here. But in the reversal, the volume started to drop off, right? So this is the reversal stage right here. So let me pull this. Let me get the crosshair back. So with the reversal, right, we had a little volume, yes, right? We had a little pop up in volume, but then volume started to fall off as the reversal, the accumulation was taking place, right? So this is kind of like the reversal candle right here. Let me see if I can probably make this bigger at this point. We don't need to see the entire chart now, right? Hopefully y'all can see that better. So at this point here, this is like the reversal candle, right? This is the stopping candle, kind of like a doji candle. We had the push up, we had the volume come in a little higher, had like this pivot candle right here, a kind of reversal candle, got the support right here on the reversal pivot. That's that green arrow right there. And then we had this kind of like a ignition candle upwards, right? But that candle had no volume really, right? It was lower than the accumulation candles, right? So with that said, right, we had this following candle right here, which was kind of like a doji candle, still same kind of volume. So that's kind of anomalous compared to this candle right here, which is the same volume, right? Same volume, much less price movement, right? So there's some selling pressure kind of going on here. We have some wicks coming in, and then we get like a little more volume on this candle right here, and that kind of pushed up, right? So again, there's like a little struggle right here because there's no continuation candles really. It's just support candles, some support wicks coming in on these candles. It's like the sellers from here is trying to keep it down because they saw this as very anomalous, right? Or manipulation to the upside, so they're thinking it's weak, right? So with that said, it continuously kind of laboriously moved up, right? Still, well, this candle was okay. This candle was okay. Let's see the volume on that one. Yeah, so the volume was a little higher. This candle was okay. Still got the sideways movement again. No real continuation, right? Had some selling, had to support it again. Had some selling, had to support it again, right? So as this year began, let's see, I think we're at this year right here. Yep. So this is the beginning of this year, right? This is the candle right here, and that caught some support, and we started to move up, right? So we then had this candle right here. Let's see what month that was. And that's April, right? So we had more volume in March with less price movement, and then April we had this big push up, right? And with less volume. Let's see, let's point out the volume right there. Less volume in April. This is March, right? So even March had like some selling wicks, right? So on the next month, let's see, that's May, we had some more volume come in, right? Higher. Had a little sell-off right there, wick rejection. And then the following month we had the push up above that candle, right? So if I'm looking at it on a monthly chart right now, it's looking a little laborious, but the volume is coming in here on this candle, right? And this candle here is, let's see, that's May. No, that's June, right? So in June's candle, we had the volume come in plus the price movement, right? So that's looking good. So June was cool, you know. It's not anomalous. It's looking, everything is matching up together. Volume is coming in, the price is moving up, right? But then in July now, we have this big shooting star candle, right? And let's see the volume on that. I make sure it's lining up properly. So right, so volume kind of fell off, and we had the big push up, right? So it's still considerable volume, and we having a big sell off. Now upper VWAP is that red line right there, right? So we hit upper VWAP, and now we're breaking below upper VWAP right here with this candle. Now this month just begun, so it's looking like this is about to sell off, right? It's looking like we're about to come back to like VWAP or probably lower VWAP, right? So let's see what kind of levels that is right there. So at least, okay, the bottom of this structure right here is 12,631, right? So let me just mark a level right there, right? And that was actually the break above upper VWAP right here before, right? So this candle right here stopped right here. It had support. That's where that candle ended. and that's where this candle begun, right? So let's mark that level right there. So that's gonna be some support. Let's see if I have anything for support on this kind of real line, horizontal real line. Let's see, support wedge triangle. Nah, so I'm gonna just leave it like that for now. I'll probably label it later on, right? So that's the first line of support. Then we have VWAP coming up here, so I could put another line right here, another horizontal line right there at VWAP, right? So those are the two support levels we have right now. Let's see something right here. If I draw a fib line from this level, from the bottom here up to the top, let's see what kind of levels we get. So the first level, the 38% level, is kind of lining up with VWAP, so I'm gonna mark that out right there. I know I have a label for that, so right, so that's monthly support 38% level, right? Then I'm gonna put the 50% level right here, and then I'll put the 61% level. So this is gonna be my resistance, my support levels on the Fibonacci levels, right? So I could remove the Fibonacci right here. All right, boom. So off the monthly chart now, we have some levels where we could pull back to, right? Let's see. So 38% level is 12,555. 50% is 12,370. And 61 is 12,178, right? And then we got VWAP here at around 12,587. All right, so let me just line that up properly. Let's see, let's put this level right here below, just below the structure right here. So the first support is 12,634, right? So that's that green line right there. So I was thinking, like, you know, the US dollar is very bullish with all the fundamentals, higher interest rates and stuff like that. But now looking at the monthly chart and looking at this candle right here, I'm not too sure, because it definitely has the selling coming in right there with all the volume, right? And let's make sure that's lining up properly. Right, so that's this candle, my bad. Hold on. All right, so this is high volume with the high selling, right? So we definitely can't see the volume coming in. This is just the first of the month in August, so we're yet to see what kind of volume is going to transpire this month. But on the trend monitor, we're definitely bullish. We're above the mean, which is those stars right there, those white stars. This light blue color signifies we're in an uptrend. But we just really kind of came out of a kind of long bearish kind of stretch, right? In this dark purple and light purple, transitioning into blue is the beginning of the uptrend, which was ignited by this candle right here. And now we're squarely in an uptrend on the trend monitor, right? But we encountered this. And let's say I see this on a 5-minute chart, I'm definitely going short, right? So with it being a monthly chart, you're kind of looking at maybe things could happen. Maybe you could get some support right here. You're looking at support maybe here. So it's kind of tricky, but overall this is the dominant chart, right? The monthly chart is the dominant chart. So let's see something right here. Let's go down a little bit to like, let's go to the weekly and see what's happening here. Right, so on the weekly chart, it's really a reversal candle, right? Big reversal candle coming down into upper VWAP, breaking upper VWAP, and it's really looking like it's gonna come down to these levels right here. So now that we got the weekly, you could see that I could bring down this level right here. It could come down to about this level. So 12,614 for that level. And this level here, this support is okay. VWAP could stay the same. VWAP could stay the same right there. Let me fix something right now. Hold on. Right, so I should probably change my sentiment or my thinking towards the US dollar right now. I was thinking like, man, it should catch some support right around this area soon, but the chart is really saying something else, right? On these bigger time frames, like we have some volume coming in here, and that's lining up with which candle. Let me just make sure. Right, so big volume, big selling. Well, not that big, but selling is going straight into upper VWAP, breaking upper VWAP. We had a little bounce, some buyers came in, but the response is definitely breaking upper VWAP right now. So I should be looking for the strongest currency against the US dollar right now to take like a buy, right? Because it's really setting up like with volume price analysis and some technicals on the chart. It's looking kind of bearish right now. So top down analysis is definitely gonna it helps in like giving you the right perspective as to what's going on, instead of you just looking at one side of the market or getting stuck with a bias, right? So on the daily chart, you see where we're breaking upper VWAP here again, and everything is looking kind of bearish coming down to this level here. So right, I could even adjust this a little bit down to this level. You know what, I could get rid of this one here. Right, so this, we could just use that level right there. And I could see VWAP on the chart. I don't need that to point out VWAP to me. So VWAP on the 38% level fib is lining up. We have a little support right here at this low before we get there. So let's see, could make the volume a little bigger right here and see what it's looking like on the daily. Right, so we have big volume coming in here and big volume coming in here. So let's see what candles they're lining up with. Right, so that's selling, right? Selling, and then the recovery has no volume. Then we have the sideways movement, and we're pushing up, but no volume is igniting like in this selling candle right here. So even this sell-off here didn't really have, this push-up didn't really have any volume. So let's see what's the next. So this was a big volume selling, big volume on the volume right there was big under this candle, but the price action didn't really sell off that much. We still had some kind of like, I don't know, it was like some whipsaw action right there, creating a doji, and eventually we broke upper VWAP, which is today. So yeah, I think I'm gonna switch over to the bearish side of the US dollar right now. So with that said, let's go over to let's go over to my trade on Euro USD. Right, so this is the monthly chart on Euro USD, and we're at the bottom here of this kind of range movement. Let's see, hold on, take that off. Right, so we're at the bottom here, and we start some volume start coming in on the sell-off. Right, some volume is coming in on the sell-off right there. We have this big wick support right here on this candle from last month, and now it's looking like we're gonna get like a push-up, right? But the euro itself is not really the strongest currency against the US dollar. I think it might be something like maybe the Australian dollar, or maybe even the New Zealand dollar. But I'll go into that in another video. But this is my trade right here on Euro USD right now, and it's a sell, right? So with that being said, I'm gonna cut this off right now, because if my analysis is showing me that this is probably gonna go up, right? But this is not the currency I want to trade to the upside against the US dollar, right? This is not the trade I want to be in. So no need for it to, push up a little bit and then just fall again. And you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for something like the odd, right? So if you look at the difference in the monthly chart on the Australian dollar, you can see support came in here a long time ago, right? Support is there, had a little push up. It was a higher low. I mean a lower high, sorry, but still had the push up, right? And we're getting the support right now, right? So the US dollar is probably gonna, in my opinion, we have a lot of volume for support right here too as well. So that's something to take note of, right? So if I were to take a trade on Aud USD, it's a better setup compared to the Euro USD, right? So let's see right here. Let's see some right here. Hold on. So this is the monthly chart. Let me go down a little bit. Hold on. Let's go down to the daily and see what's going on, right? Right, so we just broke above lower VWAP. Let's see if that's the daily the VWAP. That's the yearly VWAP, the anchored VWAP, right? So we held some support here nicely. Let me make the volume a little bigger. Right, so we recaptured lower VWAP, right? So this is very bullish at this stage right here. Had a nice wick support right there, and now we're pushing up, right? So I'm liking this for at least to this level, back to the highs here. We're gonna encounter VWAP soon, so that's another target. Let's see how much pips that is up to VWAP. That's 100 pips, right? So let's see, where would support be? Let's see, at the first real support is 114 pips down, right? Or probably at lower VWAP, probably at 100 pips. So if I took this trade right here, it would be a 1-to-1 really, right? So VWAP is kind of in the middle, right? So I guess it's not a great risk to reward, a 1-to-1, but if I were to try and get it to this level here, that would definitely be worth it, right? So it's more of a swing trade, 231 pips, and let's see. Right, so I'll take a trade right there on this one, and I'm gonna put my stop right here below this candle, right? And then I'll put my target here at back to these levels, right? So that's gonna be my trade right there. And if it works out, it works out. If not, it doesn't work out, right? So during this week, I'm gonna hold this as a swing trade and see what it does. If my thesis is right on the US dollar, if we're gonna really sell off, because it's been looking weak this whole time, and I'm looking at it like, damn, when you gonna get some support, right? But on the monthly time frame, it's looking like there is no support to get right now until like it gets down to the 38% fib line, right? So this would probably give the Australian dollar some real room to push up, right? Back up to this level right here. So that's gonna be my trade. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that right now. So that was my little technical analysis, volume price analysis, and a live trade, taking a live trade on Audusd. So that's how I'm gonna title it, right? So closed out Euro USD because it's not the strongest pair against it's not the strongest currency against the US dollar. So I'm gonna place my bet against the US dollar right now and go with the Australian dollar to the long side. And we're gonna try to get up to like 0.72657. Stop is at 0.69071. Entry is at 0.70264. We have confirmation here above lower VWAP. Nice support. Decent volume came in on this support level right here. The low was 0.66816. Had a nice ignition candle right here as well to the upside. So I think I'm running with this trade right here. So during the week, I'm gonna hold this. If it comes hit my stop, well, so be it. But this is how my technical analysis and volume price analysis is suggesting that I should trade. So let's see if it works out. You know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, it's King Yedaya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets, and y'all trade safe and stay blessed.